Okay, matrix, today we're going to be doing the question 4, mechanical assembly question of the DB November 2023 past paper. Obviously this is paper 2 and we're just going to get started straight away. So it says here, given the exploded isometric drawing of the parts of a coupling assembly, show the position of each part relative to the others. Orthographic views of each part of the coupling assembly. Instructions. Answer this question on page 6. Draw to scale 1 to 1/3 angle orthographic projection the following views of the assembled parts of the coupling assembly. A sectional front view. On cutting plane AA is seen from the direction of the arrow on the exploded isometric drawing. The cutting plane is shown on the left view of the phalange. Okay, and the left view. Okay, then it says planning is essential. The drawing must comply with the SANS 1011 guidelines. The convention of symmetry may not be applied. Show 3 faces of the M20 nut, part 9 on the sectional front view. Show 2 faces of the M10 bolt, part 4 on the sectional front view. No hidden detail is required. Okay, you can see they've given you the exploded isometric drawing here. They've given you the front view. You obviously will have to draw the left view, which is this view here. Okay, and when we draw that on our paper, we're going to have the front and the left on the side over here. Okay, so let's just have a look. See, there's quite a lot going on. I'm just trying to think if it would be easier to start by drawing the left view so we get that bit in, and then we can draw in the rest, which I think is going to be the most sensible. Okay, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to start by drawing in the left view. Okay, so first things first, we can see that you won't see a lot of what's going on behind the left view. So for instance, you will not see this nut, you will not see this washer, you will not see this seal, you will see part of this here, you will not see the key, you will not see this thread here, but you will see what's in front here, you will see what's on top over here. Actually, it slides right in, so you won't see that, you'll just see this here. You will see part of this here, which is the bolt and washer. You won't see the washer though, and you will see the bracket. Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to start off by just drawing an outline for the circle here so that we know obviously how big it's going to be. So because we know our left view is going to have to be on the left side of the paper, apologies, I've messed on my paper so it's a bit crinkled. We're going to just start by drawing in our center lines. Okay, so I don't imagine that it's going to be too big because if you're looking at the circle here, the diameter is 106. So if we take half of 106, that's 53. Okay, so we're going to leave about enough space for 53 to work. Okay, so we could essentially start here even. Okay, the reason we're doing this is to plan our paper, so to make sure that we obviously do not have cramped drawings, otherwise you're going to have to restart your whole mechanical assembly, and that's not always a good thing. So we're going to just start off by drawing up that, and then we can get cracking on the rest. Okay, we're going to start with this bit here, which we can see slides in the center of this here. We will obviously see part of it will be on top here, so it's going to slide into this area here. Sorry guys if I'm just a little bit not making sense. It will make sense. I'm also just trying to get this into my brain. Okay, so we're going to draw it in here first. So we're going to find the center point, which we can see would be right in the middle here, and we're basically going to draw this. We obviously do not have to cut this view, which is a nice thing. So we're going to start off with our diameter of 30, which will give us 15 and 15 on either side, and we'll have a line here, as well as a line over here. Okay, then we will have the total height of it, which will be 46. So that would be, because it goes in the middle, it will be 23, 23. 23, 46. Perfect. Okay, then we've got a line there, followed by a line here. Okay, so we've basically drawn in the exterior shape of it, as you can see, just to sort of help us get started. Now we obviously want to draw in this square here, so we're going to start off by getting these sides, which will be 18 down, 18 up. So we're going to measure 18, and then we're going to measure 18 as well. Okay, and then if you can't see the points, I'm sorry, I'm going to draw the lines in now so that you can see. So that will be over there. That will be over there. I just hope that's not skew. Okay, that's straight. And this middle line. Okay. It looks skewed to me, but it's probably because my paper's crinkled. Because it's measuring correctly. Then we've got 20 in the middle here, so we're going to grab those lines quickly. So we're obviously going to measure 10 and 10. So we've got 10 over here, 10 over here, and then this whole height of this here will be 20. So again, we'll have 10 and 10. So there's a lot of lines here, so it's important that you don't lose your lines. Okay, so 10 and 10. Okay, so once you've got those lines in, you can draw them in solid. So we've got a line going here, as well as a line going here. Okay, and then we've got a line going here, 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 and here. And then we've got these edges that we can now fill in. So we will have a line here and a line here, as well as a line here and here. Okay, there we go. Let me just fill in these lines because mine are a little bit short. Okay, so now that we've got that in, we're going to do the 10 in the middle. So we've got 10, 10. And then we're going to bring those lines up. Okay, we've obviously measured 5, 5 on either side to get it correctly. And then we can draw essentially everything going straight around it. So that will be there. We will have this here as well. And then we'll have the edges over here as well. Okay, so it should look like this. You can obviously see it looks very nice and very simple so far. Okay, now we obviously want to put the coupling around that, which we will only see parts of the coupling because this is very small in comparison to the coupling. So using these same lines that we've got here, we're going to get a measurement of 60. So we're going to measure 30 and 30 on either side. Then we've got there. And then what we can do is we can just bring that as a solid line going up. Up at this point here. And up at this point here as well. Okay, perfect. So it should look like this. Followed by that, we're going to have a thickness of 10, and we'll obviously have, from what it seems like, symmetry. So we should have 10 there as well. That will be a measurement of 20, and this will be a measurement of 20. So you could measure 30 and then just have your measurements of 10 and 20. Okay, let's see that we've got 10 and 20. And then we can bring those lines across as light little construction lines quickly. Okay, perfect. So it should look like this so far. Okay, there we've got the complete, have we got the complete thickness here? Yes, we do. So this is a measurement of 40, so we're going to measure 20 and 20 on either side. So that's 20 and that's 20. And we could bring that straight down. This paper's honestly driving me crazy because it's like lifting up the ruler, which is making everything go skew. But I only have myself to blame. Then we're going to draw in those 40 lines, just like this over here. Okay, and then we won't see anything else apart from that. So we can basically draw this in because we thankfully are not cutting this view. So this one is going to be very easy to draw in. Normally I prefer to start with the view that we section, and that's just based on the fact that most of the marks lie there. But if you really struggle with like visualizing the mechanical assembly and you just want to score as many marks as you can, sometimes it's easier just to draw in the view that doesn't get cut because there's less parts to draw, less detail. And if you're really struggling and that's all you want to do, then that's what I would recommend. Obviously I would recommend overall that you do complete everything, but this is just if you just don't want to do the whole mechanical assembly, or you get stuck then and you want to score marks. This is the view to do it. Okay, so now we've got these in, and then we've obviously got a line that's going to go straight at the edge. See, this ruler is driving me crazy. We're going to draw this line in here and this line in here as well. Okay, so this is what you should have. All right, then the rest is going to be really simple if you actually think about it, because we've really just got the circle that you're going to see, because you won't see that. You got that little part there and obviously the circle. So let's draw in the circle just because I think that it will be one of the easier ones to do at the moment. So we obviously said that the half of 106 is 53. So you're going to take a measurement of 53 on your compass. You're going to find your center point, and from that point you are going to just draw a circle going around. Obviously it will be covered by some parts, so around those parts you will make it darker. My lead is not the same as the one in my pencil, so it's obviously a bit lighter, you can see, so I really have to work hard to get it the same. So hopefully you guys do not do what I do and you guys do have the same lead, just so that when you draw it makes things easier for you. Okay, that should do well for now. Okay, so then from that point there, your center line should also be a long line and a short line. By the way, going through the middle and the middle here, I didn't do that because I find it easier to draw the drawing with the full line. So I would advise that you do what's best for you first and then go ahead and put your center lines in correctly. Okay, but what we're going to do now is we're going to get the center line for the circle over here, which, having a look at measurements, it looks like that measurement is going to be a diameter of 66. So there is one way to check, and that is to measure up your ruler. So that's not correct. So now we've got to see. Oh, okay, there we go. It says 86 pitch circle diameter, which means the diameter of this circle is 86. So we divide that by 2 to get 43. Okay, so that is why, again, I'm going to iterate the importance of just making sure you read through everything. That way you do not lose your marks by not reading. And also, if you do really get confused, draw lines across that line up with each other. It will help you to see which measurement matches to which measurement, which is another way to help you as well. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and start with the long line, short line, despite the fact that it's going to be a little bit tricky. Okay, you will obviously draw this through everything else. Okay. Just like this up here. Okay. And I think let's just make that one a little bit bigger. Okay. So it should look something like this now. Okay. What we're then going to do is we're going to draw in these two holes here, which we have been given our M10. I'm going to grab my circle template for this quickly, just because I think that's going to be a lot easier to draw it. And then we're going to continue. Okay. M10, so I'm going to find 10 on the circle template. Obviously, in this case, you would just use your compass, but like I say, I find it easier to use a circle template for such small circles. So that would be my advice to you, is to use your circle template. Okay, there we go. So you should have something that looks like this so far. Just keep in mind my circle line weights are not the same as everything else, which is not great for me. So kind of make sure that all of your line weights look the same. Okay, we also can't forget about the circle going around it, which, if I'm wrong, correct me, but I'm going to kind of just assume here that it's like a millimeter difference. So that would give 11. Okay, that actually seems a bit small. Okay, I'm going to do 12. Okay, but correct me if I'm wrong, but you do need to have circle going around like that. Okay, and then we'll do the same on the side here, like that. All right, and then we can't forget the last bit of the drawing. Actually, there's something I missed, is this measurement here. We will see part of it. Okay, and even if you're not 100% sure, it's always good to check. So diameter 36, if we had to halve that, it would be 18. 36. Yeah, okay, so we're going to grab 18, and then what we're going to do is we're going to draw in just what you will see on the sides. Okay, but you won't see that on the sides. You can tell that I should film these videos in advance because I'm not really using my brain at full capacity so early in the morning, am I? Okay, let me not complain though, because I know you guys are writing. It's this one here that I'm talking about, which is the diameter of 66, so that gives us 33 diameter. And there we draw. No, man. Okay, there we go. I think what it boils down to is that I think everyone's tired at this time of the year, and like everyone just needs a holiday and a break from all of this. So, I mean, I can imagine what you matrics are feeling like writing is the way you guys have been doing. So I'm sure you can relate. Okay, so now we're going to do the next part, which is the bolts, which is going to stick out over here. They give us the across flats value, which means that from this point to this point, we've got 16. And they obviously do say here that show two faces of the M10 bolt on a sectional front view. Okay, we're not doing the front view. What am I doing on the sectional front view? 3 faces in, okay, M10 bold. If we're showing 3 faces of the M10 bold on the front view, then we're going to be showing the 2 faces on the left view. Okay, so that's something you would have had to have worked out by yourself. So what you can do is, because we know we've got 16, that's 8 and 8, you can just make a measurement like that. I'm getting irritated with myself actually. Okay, so we're showing 3 faces here because it's not the part 9, it's part 4. So we're going to be showing the 3 faces. Okay, let me just take a little breather and then I'm going to come back so that I can actually focus and stop mucking around. Okay, hopefully this time I don't muck around. Okay, so we were busy with the bolts. So now where's my pencil? Oh my gosh, God, we're kidding me. Okay, so we've got obviously the 16 measurement here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line at the bottom here. Okay, just to give the auxiliary view, just to help out. And because this is a cross flats, we know it's the length of where the circle is going to be. So I'm going to draw in a circle, which, okay, mine was just slightly off. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to basically draw in the rest of the top of the bolt. So we've got 60 degrees, 60 degrees, and then 60 degrees going across just like this over here. And then I am just going to make that solid quickly just so that you guys can see nicely. Okay, so there we go. Then we're going to bring these lines down because obviously it's going to extend out just a little bit like this and like this. And then we will bring these middle lines down as well. You can see this over here. Okay, and then we're going to take the height of it, which they've given us as 8. So we're going to have 8 and then a line at this point here. Okay, obviously we need to get the curves in. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our 60-degree set square and we're going to draw in a line from this corner going back like that at 60 degrees, a line from this corner going back like that at 60 degrees, and then from this corner we'll have 60 degrees just to that point there, and a line just to that point there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a highlighter quickly just so I can highlight that so that you can properly see it, and then we're going to continue. Okay, to me it looks like you can see it, so that's great. Okay, so from there we will obviously be drawing in the lines for our curves. So you're going to put your compass at this point, okay, and you're going to make a curve. This is obviously going to be a little bit tricky given how small the circle is, so we're going to do that. I'm going to just make it as dark as possible, and then we're going to do the same at this point here, which again is going to be a little bit tricky. Okay, you can kind of see it, but I'm going to go over it with my pencil so that you can see. Do not do this. I'm just doing it so that you can obviously see the points, and then the middle one should be easier because it'll be slightly bigger. So we're going to take that middle point, okay, and then we're going to draw in the top part, which as you can see will be there. Okay, Then we are going to draw in the rest of our necessary lines. So, okay, we've got that over there. This will be over here. This will be over here. This will be over here. And then we're going to take 30 degrees. We're going to draw a line. And 30 degrees. We're going to draw a line. And then it should meet where the top line will be. So that will be this point here. Okay. And that will be your nut done. It should be on the top of this line here. I don't know why I brought it so high up. So it should realistically be just on top of the nut like that. So ignore the double lines, but there we go. Okay. Then I just want to see, it does not say that you should label anything from what I can see here. So you won't have to label this as your left view. But I hope that this helped you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to separate the video into 2 parts just to make it easier, because these videos are quite long, and if you don't necessarily struggle with a certain view, then you don't have to watch. Like if you know you don't struggle with this, then obviously you wouldn't watch this video, or if you know you don't struggle with the section, then you don't watch the section video. Okay, so I hope this helped.